Hi guys, it's Justin Fowler from NinjaRater here. We've been working on some really great features which we're proud to introduce to the marketplace. We've listened to your feedback and we've built some more features that will make this much more powerful to use going forward. One of the first and most notable things we'd like to mention is that we've made rating actually free. So no longer will you have any restrictions on time or the amount of quotes that you can use. You can basically use our rating engine for free. So if you just quickly need to understand where to place a piece of business, which markets to approach, in a few seconds you can answer those questions without delay. So just a quick recap on how that works. You can search for whatever class code it is that you wish to search for, and put in some payroll information, zip code, and then basically just run your quote based on that limited amount of data. So again, very quick, very efficient, shows you which carriers have an appetite for this type of business, which carriers might if you answer a bunch more questions, and which carriers are definitely not interested. So this gets at the heart of what you want to know very quickly with very little information. This is not real-time rating, this is not connected to a carrier, and we did that on purpose because the minute you try to do it that way, you have to fill in a ton more information, it takes a lot longer, and ultimately, this is the information you want quickly. So we've built this for speed and accuracy, not for submission purposes. But using it this way, you get to the heart of what you need to know in seconds, and instead of waiting or even filling out 15 versions of the same thing for every single carrier website, which is, as we all know, very difficult. So very quickly, if we want to search for an individual XMod, what we've done is we've added the XMod database into the system. We've also added the Contractors State License Board database. These are two of the most popular lists of information that people wanted. So based on your feedback, based on user feedback, we decided to make the rating free. So people who want to just use a rater just to get a quick idea of what things are likely to cost and where they should be focusing on, you'll be free to do so. You can use that at as much as you wish. In order to support this project, we do charge for the data. We charge a $49 a month fee. This gives you unlimited access to pulling XMods individually, XMod prospecting lists based on different criteria, which we'll show you shortly. And then also contractors. Contractors is a very popular class of business for us in California. So we've downloaded the entire database or uploaded the entire database of contractors in the state of California with all the information that you would typically have to scrape yourself from the CSLB website. So without further ado, I'll show you some of these searches. To find an individual XMod, the quickest way to do that is to just put in a search for a typical business name. And what you'll see is you'll see the results, which are going to show you the history of the XMod for that business, the bureau number, or some of the other simple things. The most recent XMod is obviously going to show first, and you'll be able to scroll through and see the history of prior year's XMod so you can see the trend. There is also a nice little map here that shows you where this business is located, just so that you can confirm that's in fact the place that you're looking for. Also at the bottom, you'll notice the classification history. So these are the governing class codes that control or that basically determine this risk classification for this particular business. So again, for rating purposes, for understanding what it is that you're going after, very, very crucial information. You can export this into a CSV or you can export it into a PDF. So if you want to work by a print and upload this into any other system you wish, you have that capability. And we've kept that consistent throughout. We are based on an open API. If you have a CRM or if you have something custom that you want us to integrate to, if you want us to batch quote, if you want us to quote 10,000 people at once, we can do that. So there's a lot of different things we can do with this technology, and we're just really scratching the surface. So that's how you would search for an individual risk. If you want to pull a list of XMods within a certain range, you can pick the range of XMod that you're interested in. You can filter it by city, by zip code, or by county. Those are the things that we allow you to filter on. So we'll start with a class code. We'll pick something semi at random, but something popular that people search for a lot. So we'll go to, let's say, electricians, electrical, high wage, 5140, fairly common class. I can pick multiple class codes included in the search if I wish, or stick with a single class code. We'll search by county. That's a little bit easier. So if I go to Alameda, very popular. So I've got the XMOD range that I want, the classification I'm looking for, and the county. Click the search, and what you'll be greeted with is a list of all those businesses that have those criteria that you're looking for. Again, you can export the entire thing to a CSV, which is basically just a text file. You can open that in Excel and any spreadsheet program. You can also export as a PDF if you just want to look at a hard copy and work that way. So it's entirely up to you how you wish to use it. Again, if you want to look at some of the details, you can also click on the individual lead category that you're looking at, and you can see the history of their XMOD. You can see that a couple of years ago, these folks did not have enough premium to qualify for an XMOD, but in the last several years, they do have an XMOD, and this is kind of where they've been ranging and whatnot. So some helpful information to give to you. Also, the classifications that are associated with this. So these are all the payroll classifications that go into that for this business right here. Okay, so very helpful information if you're going to go after them as a prospect piece of business. You're going to want to know all of this to put into your profile so that you can pick the right carrier or carriers to approach. So again, as much of this as you want, download, use to your heart's content, has the information that you're going to need to be effective in marketing this. So that's the WCRB search. Now, we also have the contractors license database. So if I want to find a specific type of contractor, I can search individually with their name, license number, city, then zip or county. If I want to pull a list, let's take glaziers, window folks, and I'm going to leave these pretty generic, but you can filter by license date expiration. You can filter by the workers' comp data, whether it has a work comp policy or not, and then whether it expires between a certain month range or not. So just to pull as much data back as possible and be as generic as possible, I'm going to narrow this by county, which I think I clicked to. Sorry. I'm going to narrow this down. My video recording software takes a little bit longer. Here we go. So I'm going to narrow this down by county, and I'm going to hit search. And this is going to pull up a list of all of the contractors that are glaziers in Alameda County, and it's going to show me when their license is issued, when it expires. And then if I hit the expand button and look at the specific risk, this is going to fill in all the information that I would normally have to go to many different screens to find. So here's the contact information, the phone number, who it is that I'm going after. Here's basically the license file. This is what you would find if you went to the CSLB and looked up this person's information. It's also going to give you the workers' comp history file. So it's going to show you this person's been exempt from workers' comp. So they've said that they don't have any employees up until this point. You know, that does change over time. Sometimes people that start off small, one-man shops, then they get a contract. Now they need workers' comp. And so for however you like to prospect, you'll have availability to do that. So sorry, I just clicked on the wrong thing. We'll go back here and run this again quickly so that we can get this right. So we'll just pull up a list of electrical contractors. So here's a list of electrical contractors. I didn't put any filters, so this is statewide. Again, you can look in here, see all the information that you would need to have to contact them, their workers' comp history. These folks also exempt, and that type of thing. So if I want to filter it only by companies that have workers' comp, that way I know that I'm getting those types of records. I can quickly put this filter on and then, find them that way, which will make sure that I get some with actual data that I'm looking for. So clicking on this, just picking one record at random, you can see over here, here's a workers' comp history. These are the companies they've been with in the past. This is their expiration date. This is probably a good time to call them, at this period in the year to be able to go after that. So very quick, very simple, easy way to do this. You can export to Excel. You can create a PDF, however you wish to work. Remember, access unlimited data. Pull as many records as you want for all your prospecting purposes. That's $49 a month. And if you just want to run rates, if you just want to quote individual risks, that's free. So you can use it wherever you wish. Drop us a line at sales@NinjaRater.com. If you have any questions, need any help using it, happy to help.